Howdy, everyone. Welcome. Welcome back to another live stream hangout. How is everyone doing? King Shadow, Lucius, Kamame, Gamerzone, ACR, fellow member, Harold, Curtis, what's going on? Thanks for coming in, guys. It's been a little bit since we've done a live stream hangout. I think the last thing we did on the live stream hangout series was talk about Death Island a little bit after I did the reviews and stuff, so kind of caught up with everything, but have some cool stuff to be talking about today. Obviously, I'll also be taking questions in the chat. GS Linux, what's going on? Yeah, this is very exciting, and I'll wait for a couple more people to get in here, and I'll discuss what's going on with the Keeper's Diary and my involvement with it, and why this is very exciting. It's such a great moment in time to finally get this collaboration going, and yeah, I am so excited to discuss it. I just put out an announcement video as well, so hopefully people check that out, or if they haven't checked it out, they'll see it, or they'll see the stream. This will be more of like a in-depth discussion on it in terms of what it is, showing off the Indiegogo page for this project. But yes, this is going to be a really cool moment for a Resident Evil fan such as myself and a filmmaker, and yeah, I mean, we're full funding the Keeper's Diary, right on. We're saved. Yeah, hey, if this reaches full funding, man, it will happen, you know, and so I'll get into that in a little bit. So far, things have been going good, but we still need some more push. You know, we got 11,703 USD raised out of 40,000, so about 29%, pretty much just shy of 30%. And yeah, so it launched this past weekend I think it launched Friday, I believe. So almost a week ago, and I had to come back from a convention and finish up some other editing before I can cover this stuff and work on it. I wanted to do it as soon as I could. I was just away the weekend, everything kind of dropped. So it's all good because I wanted to give everything its attention, and I wanted to talk about this and discuss it. And most people know what this project is. Sorry. Most people know what this project is. In terms of the trailer, because it was on Residents of Evil's channel when the trailer went up. So this is a collaboration between Residents of Evil and all the other Resident Evil channels. Andy from Biohazard Declassified, Nuji from Resident Evil Challenger, and of course myself will be in on this project. So it's a very exciting moment if this thing can happen. And so what this is, what Keeper's Diary is something of a dream come true. And I say that because, this channel is 13 years old, and throughout the channel's history, we've always showed disinterest and things. What's going on, Thunder's Production? Fellow member in the house. There's several things that I've discussed through the years with multiple people on the channel about the live action adaptations kind of being lackluster, us not really having something that was for the fans. It always seemed like there was something else going on. Phil Sinclair says, itchy tasty. Hearing that file read out loud gave me chills. Yes, I mean, we have such great talent on board as well for this project. I'll get into that in a little bit. Matt Kilburn, what's going on? AKA Mr. Make It Happen, another member in the house. So thank you guys for being here. Smash that like button as you're getting in here. And yes, this is our chance for this project to be authentic Resident Evil, made by the fans for the fans. And everybody on this project has a connection with Resident Evil. And this is really a dream come true if we can make this happen. So A Keeper's Diary, a Biohazard story, is, of course, based off of the infamous Keeper's Diary, which is the itchy tasty that everybody knows, from that file and in the trailer as well. And I think something like this definitely, it was almost like it was eventually going to happen, right? Like something where there is a short film that isn't just, something somebody made in a couple of days, or something that is more, I guess, attempting to kind of make something in a more confined way. Sometimes people, we've seen a bunch of stuff on YouTube. People have taken their shot at doing something cool with Resident Evil, but this is the next level. This is trying to take it to the next level with some proper backing. And, me being a filmmaker, I'm going to be able to be on the set, and Nuji is going to take me under his wing and, show me a lot of the stuff about, this process, being on an actual set like this. This will be the first time I've ever been on a set like this, that wasn't like something of my own, or something that was very much more of a DIY. And this is same thing, very much DIY, have a tight crew that we're going to be working with. But this is going to be a legit set. We have to be super serious. We have to have our game face on. And Cam MMA is hitting with the 20. Says, Jill Sandwich, 808. No one listens to me. But I can't. Help me. No way. Wesker. Just saying random RE quote. So excited for this project, and I hope we get the lab. We get the lab plus Shark. Thank you, Cam MMA, with the 1999 super chat. Well, I think as far as what can happen once we reach these goals, and I'm going to get into, the perks and everything as well. So I'm going to show you guys the Indiegogo page, and of course the link is pinned right there. Thank you, Cam MMA, for the $20, man. Really appreciate that. And if you guys also want to donate to this campaign, we have about 23 days to go. And so far we have 209 backers. So this is a project that, if this happens, I will be driving out to Michigan. It's about 13 hours from me, give or take. And man, I don't care about that drive. That's nothing. I can sneeze that drive, I just drove to South Carolina. That was about 10 hours. So, I think I can manage Michigan. And that's the thing. It's like, I'm going to be able to travel. I'm going to be able to get this experience. I'd like to document it for you guys. I'd like to show behind the scenes stuff. I will be busy. I will be working. I will be trying to learn the craft. I look up to Nuji as a mentor in many ways. And, I always loved his work, obviously, in Resident Evil Challenger, and, of course, just as a cinematographer. So this is a serious deal. And this opportunity, I don't take lightly. I take it very seriously, because we have to be serious to make this a project that is, again, for you guys. And we're putting the literal money where our mouths are, as far as, trying to come up with funds and trying to, like, make something that is through us, of years of us kind of, picking at the movies and saying this, and that. This is actually us putting our hand in things. And Thunder's production is also throwing another 5 Canadian, being awesome. Thank you, brother. He's got the hype sticker going on. Horror Fan says, awesome news. You should reach out to Screaming Mad George to do the effects. I'm dead serious. He would do it. Yeah, I again, a lot of the stuff, there is multiple layers to this team. I don't make those kind of calls on this project, but again, once the funds get raised and everything can actually happen for everything that needs to be done for the crew to get, any kind of effects done, all that stuff will be, covered, of course, and it will make it as good as it can. And that's why even for something like this, where it's a long time coming for a lot of, the Resident Evil fans, like I said, this was like eventually going to happen. A project like this that is this serious, that is getting all the creative heads together to make this happen. I don't know which part of Michigan, Harold, honestly. I don't know yet. I have some details, but of course I'm still kind of figuring it all out. But my plan is to make it happen. And, the main thing here is trying to, hit this goal so it happens. And Kamame says, I don't know why I have a fascination with sharks, but I really want to see the aqua ring. Yeah, I mean, again, we're going to be able to actually get a lot of cool stuff shown in this movie. And you guys, just can't wait. I just can't wait to, if this hits the goal and it smashes it, I just can't wait for you guys to experience something that is from, just our love of the franchise. And we got Great White says he's in Michigan as well. Aaron Hooper in the house. What's up, brother? We got 31 people in here, 16 likes. So let's get those likes up, and I'm going to get a little bit further into what's going on with this Indiegogo campaign. But yeah, so I was really excited to talk about this, and I will probably have, a couple more videos or podcasts kind of promoting this stuff as well, because this is a big deal. And I like to also have, some people on. I'd like to have Andy back on, and the director Andrew on, and even JJ, to get him on. Because if you guys, may or may not know, I mean, this being a pretty big collaboration, this is my first collaboration with Residents of Evil in, quite a long time. I mean, I did the Outbreak stream, which, that was just a stream. But this is like, JJ used to come on the channel back before he had Residents of Evil, at least my channel. He used to come on my podcast back in the day. It was me, him, Richard, Perry. We would all chat and have discussions. This is back in 2012, 2013. JJ used to listen to my podcast when he used to work at GameStop and stuff. That's when I first started to found out about him. He would write into the show. And again, a fan that just started to do his own thing. And, obviously through the years, we all kind of were in our own lanes, just trying to make it happen. JJ ended up with the biggest Resident Evil channel on YouTube. And this is a first collaboration since that growth, because when he was on my podcast, the last time he was on my podcast, when he finally made Residents of Evil, I think it had maybe like 1,000 or maybe to 4,000 subscribers right in between there, right? So it's been such a long time. So this is going to be a pretty big collaboration, because I will finally be able to meet him and the Residents of Evil team, and I will be able to obviously collaborate and work with another, great friend of mine, which is Nuji, and, his, expertise on, filming and cinematography and stuff. I just want to take in everything and learn as much as I can, and really, really try to make this, the best thing that we can make it with what we have. And Sam, to answer that question, it's going to be a short film. So this is going to be a short film. Yeah, Aaron, thank you so much, man. Hope you're well too. Much love to you. And yes, I'm very excited to work on this project. And I'm guessing no Chris or Jill, etc. Or am I wrong? Oh no, there's if you look at the trailer, there's even a shot of Jill in the trailer. So don't worry. There's going to be, our characters are going to be in this one way or another. And definitely check out the trailer. I should have put the link for the trailer in the description, but I'll put that in there as well. If you watch my last video, I put the trailer in there. So yes, this is going to have the characters that you recognize, the zombies that you recognize. As you see in the trailer, there's even the Dobermans, the zombie dog is in the trailer. So we're trying to hint at a lot of stuff here. And I think this will be a really fun short film project that, again, will really make people be like, yo, this is made from the heart. And that's pretty much all you could ask for, is something that's made from the heart. And, something that's actually thoroughly thought about with how you can actually have everything, sequenced with a Resident Evil concept like this, where it's not just trying to obviously do its own thing and go off in a different direction. This is the real deal. We got real deal people on here, filmmakers and content creators, and this is going to be a big deal. Kamame says if they don't, it's okay, because they can just do the story about the Spencer estate. If it takes off, maybe they could do a separate one based on the characters. Well, hey man, I mean, you never know what kind of opportunities can happen if we just get past this and see how people like it. RWK is in the house. What's going on? It's really cool you're collaborating with Ro. Glad to see true Ari fans work together. Sphere Hunter could get on board. Yeah, I mean, I don't know, if there's anybody else that they're adding to the, this team is, pretty, thought over. They have people in place where they want. They know who they want, and that's why I was really excited to, be asked to be on board. But yeah, I mean, I'm sure everyone will be backing this film. Everyone at Ro obviously has a big presence on YouTube. So and obviously Sphere Hunter collaborates with them. So does Beggy as well, and everyone. So I like to obviously meet everybody, see everybody. Do everything in a way where I can really capture that time, that snapshot in time. If we do film, it's going to be late October, so it's going to be fall time. It's going to be a real creative time for me. I always love fall time, and if this happens, if we reach the goal, everything will be set in place. So only you guys can make this happen, and we already have, again, 209 backers at this point. 30%, pretty much 30% way there. So it's we got to keep it pushing. And obviously I want to have, like I said, some people on who are involved with the project on the podcast, so we can talk about it, promote it more. Obviously we only have 23 days to go, so I'm going to try to, arrange that as soon as I can, and see if I can get JJ back on the podcast. He hasn't been on the podcast in 6 or 7 years probably at this point on my podcast, so this is a great time to maybe get some people on as well and discuss it. We got Benekij. What's up, man? Harfan says, I will donate and I will buy day one Blu-ray. Oh yeah, man. I mean, that would be awesome if we can distribute this and do something like that. But it is a non-profit thing, so I know, like with releasing stuff like that on physical with Resident Evil, I don't know how that goes about it. But hey, if we have it, obviously on YouTube, it's probably going to be in 4K. It's probably going to be in all this current resolution and everything. So let's see. Yeah, I mean, like I said, a lot of cool things are happening with this. Thunder's Production says, RA movie made with actual canon lore. This is cool. Yeah, and it's made by the fans. Aaron says, hoping that my big break would come, but hey, maybe the next one, eh? This project will top everything Hollywood has ever done with the series. Hey, we're trying to make it the best. We're trying to make it the best that you guys have ever seen, and because it's coming from a true place. It isn't coming from, studio executives with suits and ties and, billions of dollars that are just throwing out ideas that they think is good. No, this is a project that is focused. It knows what it is, and it has people that are involved that are serious about getting it done, because we're fans and we've seen the live action stuff. We've seen the games, and so we know what we want. We know what we like in the games, and we we don't really get that satisfaction from a lot of the live action stuff. Now, again, I don't want to say I hate all live action Resident Evil. I like RE1, Apocalypse, and Extinction from Paul Anderson. Like, those three are probably my more, favorited ones. They're not perfect films by any means, but even then, with those films, I can recognize there's flaws. There's stuff that isn't, that isn't really accurate, So, what's up, Perry? Yeah, so it's a very different approach that is going to be brought in here. So, yeah, it's but y'all's credits will be better than any Paul Anderson. Well, again, that's our goal, is to just try to make this happen. And again, there is going to be a lot of people that are going to be excited when they see what this is trying to do differently than what we've gotten from our, big studios at Sony and all these other studios that are putting out these Resident Evil live action things. It's time for the fans to show RE done right. Exactly, man. So that's what I'm saying, is that there's a lot of cool stuff that will come from this. Aaron says, I must say, with all the other productions that come out lately, let's see, coming out lately, video game based, doing well a degree compared to other times. Why does this one always fail mainstream wise? For RE, it's a good question, man. I don't know. I think the formula was kind of lost in the shuffle, and by the time we kind of got in the middle of Paul Anderson's films, it got lost in the shuffle, and then I don't ever think they ever quite found it since then. But like, for example, like, I'll say this, I was just talking to Perry about this, Twisted Metal. I love that show. I actually really enjoyed it because it had a story that was kind of loose, that wasn't so, it's been changed so many times and so many games are different, that it had a little bit more wiggle room to bring in characters organically, write a story in a way where it connects stuff. It doesn't feel forced. I actually didn't mind how they did that. Now, that was a show. And of course, with Resident Evil being a show, we kind of got screwed on that. So I think some projects work better as a show or a movie in Hollywood. And for something like this being a short film, this is something that is going to be very, very, very unique. And I mean that with all my heart here, is that, like, this is going to be something that is going to be very special for you guys, and we want to deliver. Beggy, what is going on? Thank you so much for promoting the campaign, Anthony. Always nice to see you. Hope you and Nuji get to work your magic on this. Hell yeah, Beggy. And hopefully you can, or we can meet up at some point. If I'm meeting the rest of the row crew, that'd be awesome. This will be a really cool time to learn the craft even more. And I need this experience, and I think that networking and collaborating and not being afraid to collaborate, just making it happen, because I think for years I was doing a lot of stuff in my own lane, and it wasn't the fact that I wasn't trying to collaborate with anybody, but, I also felt like, how can I do this? What can I do? You always kind of want to navigate YouTube, see how, doing this for 13 years. But I think the time is right. The time is now to do something like this. Like I said, what a project for us to be collaborating on, where it's something like this. It's something like that has that connection to us, and it has that interest for us. And definitely. And Beggy, I got to have you back on the show. For sure. So we gotta set that up. I'll message you on Discord. The horror fan says, to be perfectly honest, the OG movies don't even have an ounce of atmosphere of RE. That's just my opinion, though. So this is welcome. Yeah, I mean, to be fair, I don't disagree with you there, horror fan. I think the vibe and the atmosphere is what we're trying to bring here with this project, and I think that there is going to be a lot of people that are going to say, okay, I see why that this is kind of being built up as such a big deal, because there's only so many people out there that, I think can, even in the Hollywood, the big Hollywood scene and all these movies that have multi-million dollars and billions of dollars coming in, there's only so many people that you could probably pull out of that pile of people out there in that industry that really know what the hell RE is, if at all. And I think that's the problem. And I think that there's going to be like you know, I think there's going to be a big difference with what you'll see with this product here, rather than, someone that's just trying to say yes or no to a bunch of stuff, and hopefully it's not, with each Hollywood movie, you're always like, all right, hopefully this isn't another disappointment, or if they turn it into a show, you're just kind of like expecting to be disappointed. Now with like Twisted Metal, for example, I was honestly very surprised, but it's so few and far between, guys, and I think that's my point of what I'm going on rambling about here on this tangent about Hollywood and all these people just always letting us down, is that you don't really have that trust there, but you have the trust with the fans. You have a trust with people that are involved here that know what Resident Evil is, that have literally been playing this game since the beginning. I mean, so I think that there's a lot of potential here, and we're gonna get into some of this stuff too on the Indiegogo. I'm gonna see if I can pull this up here and do this successfully here. Here we go. So here we go. Keeper's Diary, Biohazard Story. Enter the world of survival horror once again in this RE-inspired short fan film. And there we go. We have, I'll refresh the page too just to see where we're at. Oh, there we go. Okay, 210 backers. So $11,753 raised. So there is plenty of perks. Let me see if I can also move my camera over a bit. There we go. Plenty of perks here. And let me see if I can show off this. So $10 name appears in the special thanks for the credit. Digital copy of the script if you want to back 20. The female detective poster. We got the security operator poster. Keeper's Diary movie poster for $35. So these are all in the $35. So you already have a couple people claiming this stuff. Security operator poster row. We got a KD movie poster row ship. So these are all exclusive to this right here. Some of these are also 12% off right now. Signed Zombie Keeper poster. 6 people claim that. That's $40. We got the Sign Operator Charlie poster. Because as you guys know or may not know, here's the director Andrew right here. He obviously has shot a bunch of stuff for Row, including the Resident Evil cast reunion, Resurrection, and the Samurai Edge, the unofficial video for Charlie. If you don't know who Charlie is, well, he's the original live action. The first, live action Chris Redfield. We got him on board, as well as Wardy Sexton here. He's the title call voice, so you may know him from the very beginning of the Biohazard series all the way up to Death Island. So we have some talent on here as well. And this just, again, kind of extends. Obviously, we have JJ here. We have Nuji. We got Andrew here from Biohazard Classified on as a producer. So, again, this is no joke, guys. We're trying to really bring this to life. And, again, all of your support matters here. If we keep going down here, there's more of the poster here, signed posters. You can actually get a signature Keeper's Diary T-shirt. That's the $50 pledge. You can get a Charlie leather jacket poster. A couple different variants of the poster. It's also in the $50 tier. Same thing here. This is a T-shirt, a Row T-shirt, Keeper's Diary Row T-shirts. These are exclusive variants here. Charlie Operator Zippo poster. Signed female detective poster. Signed copy of the script for the $100 tier. Signed copy of script for Row. Or from Row, I should say. Signed Keeper's Diary poster. $100. And 150, there's still 19 left of this. Custom cameo from Charlie. Private call with Charlie for 500. Charlie signed PS1 video game, which is a copy of Resident Evil. So three out of 5 people claim that. That's 500 right there. For 2,000, one person actually did this. Associate producer credit for 2,000. That's pretty incredible. Executive producer, $5,000. Now, of course, you don't have to donate that much, but all these tiers are available for anybody that just wants to, throw a little bit in the pot just to make this an actual reality and to actually see it come through. And again, having actual talent on board, I mean, this is kind of what we want with a project like this, to have something like this. And I think that there's going to be a lot of people excited. And I know there's going to be a lot of people excited. And I'm really excited about just learning through this project. I think that's my biggest takeaway from this, hopefully, will be just to learn as a filmmaker, because obviously I'm just an independent filmmaker. I do a lot of things on my own or with a small team, but this will be the first time that I'll be a part of something a little bit bigger and, learning like this. So it needs to happen. For me as a person, I need this to happen. I need this to really be a learning experience for me, and also to create something incredible, and we can make it happen. So we are really close to making this happen. Again, 30% of the way. We still need more of a push, but we are getting there. We just have to keep pushing. It's so close. It's 23 days left, so it's a tight amount of time that we have, but I have no doubt that with a lot of people that are going to be Lucius has a good question. I'll ask that, or I'll answer that. Sorry. Aaron says, not sure how to word this, but the live action thing that came out with Welcome to Raccoon City and Netflix is a bit baffling to why we had 2 separate stories come out close to one another. Yeah, it was kind of weird for them to do that series right near the Welcome to Raccoon City thing. You're right. And they're drastically different, and there's no connection. Lucius asks, what's my exact involvement with the project? What will I be working on? So I will be a camera assistant for Nuji, and so he will be kind of showing me the ropes with how to set up the shots for the next scene, so everything kind of gets at a nice flow, and no interruptions or anything like that. We can seamlessly move from scene to scene or shot to shot. And that's something I've obviously never done on someone else's set before. So it's going to be a learning experience. Like I said, it's going to be a very, serious set for us to make sure we're efficient, getting the stuff done. But I will be a camera assistant, Lucius, to answer that question. So again, I will be making the drive out to Michigan, and if this happens, and it will be something really cool to experience for the first time, in terms of being a part of a project like this. This is the first time I've ever done anything like this that's been this big of a collaboration. Aaron says, how does things come to light, I wonder, behind closed doors? I can remember seeing something similar a few years back with another TV show. It was just confusing. Yeah, the TV show that got canceled, the Arkley series, it didn't get canceled, but it had a pilot that never really went anywhere. And yeah, that was a really weird time. I remember doing a reaction to that trailer and talking about it, but thinking that was going to be a cool concept to go about. But then, of course, we got the show that we got. So Horror Fan says, as much as everyone hates Welcome to Raccoon City, I'll die on the hill that the atmosphere was great, very much RE. Who's doing the concept art? I would love to just send a concept piece of art, not to use, but just to thank you. And I'm a graphic artist on the side. Well, there's I don't know all the names off of the top of my head right now. That's doing the if there's any kind of concept art and stuff. There is a concept and a concept video actually that I can also put in the description here. Let me see if I can. See if I can find it here. If I do, I'll post it. But yeah, they have it's a great kind of go through with like how they're kind of setting everything up. Yeah, I mean, this is something where, again, guys, I really just want it to be something we can experience together and we can get made together. And I want to show you this too, because we also have what your support will be doing right here. So this will show you kind of everything. So location, set designs, insurances, wardrobe, props, cast, transportation, catering, lodging, post-production. So that's kind of like a breakdown as well. Just kind of where everything is going, where the money's going. Obviously, they have to fly people out there, cover people's expenses for staying in hotels, stuff like that. And of course, this is it's still a short film. It's still a you know, a small film in the grand scheme of things. You know what I mean? Because obviously, this isn't a Hollywood billions of dollars here, but we are able to do a lot with, you know, with what we were asking for, and it's there to achieve what we can. Again, getting over that hill, so to speak, trying to get everything in place. And yeah, I mean, this is all, you know, nonprofit fan film for the love of it. You know, it's like we're not going to really be seeing, because this is a fan film, you know, it's not like we're going to be seeing a return on this or anything like that. You know, like this is going to be just, you know, just for you guys and to experience this. So Sweet Trims, I'll say it before, I'll say it again. After watching the Netflix series, when we go thinking about it, Welcome to Record City wasn't that bad, says Sweet Trim. Stephen Max says Arkley had a sweet concept, but leave it to these execs to mess it up. Yeah, it's always like, you know, out of the control, you know. I want the chess, notes, documents being read, puzzles, and limping characters when they're injured. Also, please include the herbs. I'm really excited. Yeah, man. I mean, again, there's going to be things in here that are going to make fans super excited. I really don't think that anyone will be disappointed when they see what we can make happen. And I just keep saying it. I'm just really excited. I am excited. I'm stoked. I can't, this is all I've been thinking about, you know, and I've been kind of like, and it's funny because I think it was a few streams ago, people were asking about this, like, hey, did you know about it? And I was like, yeah, I kind of know about it, but I was like kind of playing dumb because, you know, I was kind of asked about this project was kind of brought up while I was over in the UK. And that's when the interest kind of, you know, was there. And then I kind of got asked to, you know, be brought on board. And I was like, yeah, it's now or never. It's time. So I've been I've been really excited, you know, behind the scenes, because I've been trying to kind of get everything, you know, situated. I wanted to get my announcement video out there. I wanted to, you know, post about it on social media, be really active on social media as well with this. So, still can't get over the stupid caterpillar. Oh yeah. Don't remind me of that. But yeah, so I was just waiting for the Indiegogo to go up, and obviously I had to come back from I was working the Monster Mania convention, so I did that, had to come back and then get a bunch of editing done for the Carrier podcast that I did part 2. So I had Sean on the podcast, so check out that podcast as well. That was cool. And then I had to jump right on to editing that video, the promotion video, as well as doing this live stream where I'm just kind of chatting about it. I like to have other people on the podcast as well this month if I can find, you know, the time within, because I'll be going to California for about a week. So, you know, I want to, when I get back, I want to try to, I'll probably try to book stuff within that trip and see if I can get, you know, like I said, get people from Residents of Evil on, or get the director Andrew on, get Andy back on here, just so we can keep hyping it up. But obviously, you know, we can also bring up some other cool talking points within the podcast. And yeah, I just think that this will be a really Carrier, the RE knockoff from Dreamcast. No, Carrier, a Raccoon City story. As a matter of fact, you should be checking out that YouTube channel. It mixes film noir with Resident Evil in a fan-made story. Speaking of fan-made stuff, Sean is a great guy. I had him on the podcast twice, and the episode just dropped for my podcast yesterday. His episode is now dropping on, I think it's August 25th, I believe. So yeah, so it's going to be dropping then. I know we said August 10th in the podcast, but he pushed it just to get some extra promotion in and some extra stuff done. Can't rush the perfection there, but yeah, so that's another fan made thing. But yeah, this is Alyssa. What's going on? Yeah, Carrier is a RE knockoff, but it's actually not a bad game as far as the Dreamcast game I'm talking about. Carrier, yes, I am familiar with that game. Don't forget Deep Fear on the Sega Saturn. Perry knows about that too. But yes, guys. So obviously, I just wanted to make this stream discussing that, but it's also like if you have any questions in the chat, it doesn't even have to be just about Keeper's Diary, but just if you have any questions, let us know. Let me know rather, or if you just have any questions about this project, and I want to make sure I have all this here. Yeah, this is going to be a really crazy year if this can be something to top off the year, because it can be it would obviously be shot in October. It would be released in the last quarter the fourth quarter of 2023 or the first quarter of 2024. So yeah, the post-production will happen shortly after the filming, which will be October into November. The filming should take place pretty much at the end of October, and then obviously there's time to edit everything for them and to get everything situated. So very, very exciting stuff, and I seriously just still can't believe that this is going down. But of course, the dream project will only happen if you guys, help it out. And, even if you got to throw just $10, when you have $10, any amount helps. We already have 98 people that claimed the special thanks, which is just cool because your name will be included on this project forever. So that's another cool thing. So yeah, it's this is a dream come true, because you guys know, like, I'm a filmmaker. I have another film channel. Some of you may or may not know that, but I also am involved with film. And this really is combining my two favorite things, Resident Evil and filmmaking. And I know for Nuji, it's the same thing because he's also a filmmaker and, grew up, using the cameras for the Resident Evil Challengers and then making his own movies and stuff. And it was very similar to how I got into picking up my dad's camera and filming stuff and, making silly little videos and then making video game content, then making movie content. Like, it's just been around in my life for so long. So it's just inevitable that the pieces will line up and this actually, will go down. But, we're going to get there. We're going to get there. I have faith. We can do this as a community, and we can finally see something on our screens that is accurate, that is fulfilling. Mugen is down here too. He's supporting the Indiegogo as well. We got Mugen down here, but yeah. So this inspires me to finish my short film, says Horror Fan. Yeah, man. I mean, look, I especially on my end too. Like, I know short films, any kind of film, and Mugen included, they are very hard to get done. And I've never even worked on a project that's had, even this budget before. If we reach that budget, but even that for a short film, it's a lot short. There's short films that have 100 grand, 200 grand, 300 grand. So this is like, it's pretty reasonable for a goal. I think this is like something we can actually, succeed in doing, and we can make it happen with that amount. And my cat is also excited, as you can see. And he flop. Okay.
He flop. Okay.
Mugen flop. He flop right next. Um, Nick Noguera says, "Yeah, I'm looking forward to checking this out. What's up, man? Fellow member in the house. Thunders Productions. That's not James. It's actually Mugen, which he never makes an appearance. So it's kind of funny that he's here right now. James is upstairs, I think. Caesar, what's going on? And thank you to everybody um, uh, who's been also waiting patiently for the next live stream. You know, it's been a little bit busy over here, but I'm going to be returning the live streams, obviously, with this stream, but I'm going to be coming back with Silent Hill 2 tomorrow. So I will be trying to make that more of a lengthier stream so I can kind of get a little bit more into Silent Hill in terms of progression. I mean, I've been, progressing, but I want to at least make it a little bit of a lengthier one. So expect live streams tomorrow through Sunday or even Monday before I leave. And I'll have some videos or something that come out when I'm also gone, at least a couple. And I want to try to get back on to Code Veronica as well on the channel, because as you guys know, I brought it back for the first time in a couple years on the channel, but this time actually beat it in full. So thank you, Kamame. Yeah, Capcom creator shirt. Yep, got to rep the I am a Capcom creator, so we're doing this. I hope the hunters are practical effects. Would love that. I mean, hey, dude, we'll see what happens. The craft, the craft of making this stuff is always the fun in that, kind of learning it and trying to go on those challenges. But we're gonna try our best. We're gonna try to do everything we can to make everything look like it should. Kamame, thank you, man. He says you deserve it. You work hard for this channel, man. Thank you. Yeah, I mean, I definitely have worked hard on this channel, and I want to keep growing. Obviously, I want to smash the 30K goal. I want to get to 50K. Obviously things have been slower with no RE stuff coming out, but there's still plenty of stuff to do, plenty of stuff I want to work on to try to grow the channel. And we'll wait for that next RE announcement, whatever it is, Separate Ways, RE9, whenever that will eventually be announced. I think if we see something, it will be obviously Separate Ways next, but it'll be at a Capcom event or something like that. But yeah, there was a CGI hunter in the trailer. Yes, that was in the trailer. But of course, that's all just stuff that was shot for the trailer as well, just to kind of show the concept of everything. So, but again, this is something that we're making with what we have, and it's also going to be something that will, I think, make people satisfied with how they see everything in place. I know, RWK. A lot of people want that Code Veronica remake. It's not going to be next, but I think RE5 is going to be next. But I think we'll get that eventually, and I know there's going to be a lot of people that are going to be, I don't know, just appreciative of the fact that all this was able to go down. But again, it will only go down if you guys make it happen and help us reach that goal. And like I said, 30%. And I'll even refresh the page here now and see if we have anything else going on here. Let me see. Still 210 backers. But we will keep it going. And yeah, I'm really excited, guys. I'm really excited for just the collaboration. I'm excited for just the content as well that I'm really trying to push forward going, into the last, half of the year. I mean, summer just flies by just like that, and then it's over. So, I'm always thinking ahead, thinking of things to conquer and things to take on as a challenge. And that's what this is. You know what I mean? This will be a project that will be, very much something of a learning experience for me. And I'm up for the challenge, you know what I mean? I have to be. I have to learn. And, yeah. I was just checking the backers. So, again, we still have 210 backers, 11,753 raised. with a bunch of perks. So, but yeah, so I expect to kind of keep the Summer of RE going. Obviously, I want Silent Hill to be finished because then I'm caught up with all my playthroughs currently. And then I want to continue to stream Code Veronica a little bit more because, like I said, with the LTRE dive, I want to be able to play it a couple times on the live stream and then have a constructed review of it and really make it a fun review that, you know, has styles of my filmmaking in it, that has things that are on camera, that has like funny little jokes. You know, it's something where I want the LTRE dive to be just more than me playing Code Veronica and then maybe just talking about it on a podcast. I will probably also do a podcast on it, but I would also like to do a video review on it or some kind of, you know, retrospective on it. Oh yeah, I mean, he's down to earth, but you know, who knows if he only does conventions nowadays, Savini. But yeah, but I see what you're saying, man. You know, and I agree. Savini is one of the greats out there, and that's still, you know, that's still with us, you know, unfortunately, because a lot of the great special effects people, you know, they got older or they passed away, you know. So I'm happy that Savini is still around with us, and but yeah, I mean, I'm excited for you know, the Code Veronica coverage, and also just to have like a definitive video or definitive like something on the channel that covers Code Veronica in a way where I feel like I kind of covered all the bases, like, you know, played it recently, played it a couple, like by the time I do the review, I'm going to be beating it, you know, maybe over 5 times, 6 times, you know, however many times. Might not live stream all of those playthroughs, but I will be more familiar with it to where I, you know, am going to write a review, you know. And yes, Perry's right. Let's help Anthony get the new PC so he can make a bigger and better review. Yeah, I mean, Perry's not wrong. I'm also, you know, in the midst of all this, you know, backing for this film. Before that, I was also, you know, running into some computer problems this summer as well. So I've been trying my best to work with what I have. Again, shout out to Kyle and Perry for all the help and stuff like that to get this thing kind of working through the rest of the summer. But I can't rely on it in terms of, like, you know, just making it seem like nothing can happen as far as a crash or something going wrong. So I'm still trying to raise money for a PC. I'm trying to, you know, push this month. It's hard with a lot of stuff going on this month to stream every single day, but I'm going to be doing some really longer streams as well when I get back. Maybe a 24-hour stream of some sort that will also be for my PC build because I need a new PC. Let's face it, this PC is 10 years old. And it's been obviously upgraded through the years, but it's time. And, you know, the PC that I build, Perry's going to help, and it's going to be to the next 10 plus years, right? So I've taken great care of this PC, you know, and but it's just time for an upgrade. You know what I mean? I need a better graphics card. I need, you know, 4K stuff. I can render my videos a lot faster. I can make better reviews. I can do better videos. I can operate on multiple channels at, you know, multiple times because I can, you know, I can render one video and then be working on something else without any problems. Paris says, I'll do the 24 hours with you. Yo, that would be awesome. That'd be so fucking cool. Yeah, man, let's do so. Maybe we could play, like, we could just do a bunch of Resident Evil shit, or we could just, like, you know, we could do something. We could do something RE related. We could do RE5. We could do something co-op eventually. I want to do now. Here's the thing. I did tell someone I was going to do RE5 with them. Shout out to Kyle, different Kyle. So I am doing RE5, but maybe we could do something. We could do Mercenaries. We could do whatever. We could do Lost in Nightmares, Desperate Escape. I don't care. We could do something. I don't know. We might have to figure it out. Or even if, like, I'm playing the game and you just want to come in and chat and you can just kind of chill with the chat. Because I was thinking, oh, at the shop? Oh, shit, at the shop. Oh, man. That would be crazy. That's like the do a meet and greet. That would be awesome. But see, that's the thing. If I did a meet and greet, I like to plan it. You know, I'd like to give people more time. But I mean, hey man, 24-hour stream doesn't sound bad. But we got to figure it out, because I was thinking of just playing, you know, multiple games for a 24 hours, you know, just kind of like whatever. But we could figure something out. Perry and Ant co-op. Oh yeah, it'll happen. Cannibal Rituals in the house. What's up? I wanted to say what's up to you, fellow member. Uh, Savini looks in better shape than most 30-year-olds. Yeah, I mean, to be fair, he's keeping in shape. Food, candy, and drinks. Yeah, man. I mean, honestly, it might have to happen. 24 hours at the shop, says Perry. He's hyping this up now. He's putting this over. I mean, that might be the last push I think I need. We got 2 OLEDs at the shop, says Perry. Yeah, that's true. That is true. Dress up as a zombie and tap on Perry's window at the shop while you guys play Ari and... You know, we should do that when Jeff's inside the shop and he doesn't know. And I'll just dress up as a zombie and scare the shit out of him. That'd be funny. Our friend Jeff, you know, he's gotten scared at the shop a couple of times. But we won't get into that here. But it's more of an inside joke for Perry and friends. But yes, that's something that could happen. Yeah, I mean, shit. There might be a couple 24-hour streams just to get this fucking PC funded. Because, yeah, guys, like, it's just the time is now. There's a lot of, it's been a lot of just craziness. It's been busy. The summer's been busy. Things have been a little hectic, but, you know, as far as just, like, random shit happening, like the storm and the lightning storm and the yeah, it's Satan. Yeah. Yeah, that's, you know, Raiden coming down and breaking my dad's PS5, breaking the router, there's been a lot of weird things in the last few months, like April onward, you know what I mean? But honestly, it's been coming back together slowly. You know, things have been progressing. Projects like this have come up, you know, like the PC being funded, Keeper's Diary being a part of that short film, and obviously just growing the channel. So, you know, there's going to be a lot more happening on all fronts once I get this next PC built. It hasn't put in a complete damper on, you know, me putting out content, but it definitely has slowed down the process for sure. And that's why, you know, like what Perry said, we're going to try to get this thing built. Perry built this thing for me 10 years ago. 10 years ago, as we speak, in August, I was in a lime factory packing limes in a box for 8 hours a day, you know? Very, very monotonous, very mind-numbing. I was making minimum wage at that time was $7.25. And, you know, so that just shows you what I did back in the day just to, you know, and I sold a couple things around my house, a power washer, a Gears of War controller, you know, a couple different things just to make ends meet for that PC build. But it lasted me this long. So, I mean, again, it was worth it. And I take care of my stuff. So, you know, there's no viruses, there's no problems with, you know, it's just time. It's time to progress. And, you know, it's crazy how long 10 years, everything that's happened, the channel that's grown, the film channel as well, all the projects that I was able to get done with that PC. And you're a hard worker, and thanks, RWK. I mean, I try to be that way. I try to always stay on the grind and always, even if some things take a little bit longer to put out, like that's why like my film channel, like I'm you know, tired of like putting it off. You know, I'm tired of like not, you know, nurturing it, not putting more stuff on there. You know, I have a video, the Rad 9 movies that made us, that me and my friend Tyler worked on. I'm going to put that out, and that's for Born to be Rad and the Rad Pack. They did a little challenge with that, and I'm going to do it pretty much by the end of this week or early next week. I'll have it up. But yeah, it's just little things where I want to start doing, you know, a lot more. But I think the computer will also give me that advantage, because also I will be able to play stuff on PC for you guys. I will be able to play a lot more modern Resident Evil mods that I can run without my computer taking a crap, you know? Like right now I can run minimal mods, but it's only so much, you know? Yeah, fast editing. Perry's right, man. I mean, the faster I can render videos, the faster I can get out news break videos when there's a Resident Evil announcement and me and Perry are live, and then I got to cut the highlight and, you know, upload it real quick. Like, all that can be done so much more faster, so much more efficient than where things have been. You know, when I built this PC 10 years ago, it was the time to get into PCs because, you know, the consoles were shitty. Let's face it. Still to this day, we're dealing with these consoles that aren't really being pushed to their advantages or their power. And, you know, we all need this right now. I think we all need this in our own way, because we're getting tired of getting screwed over as a consumer. And yeah, faster content get out and more content get out. Right, exactly, Perry. It's true. And, you know, as we know how long, you know, video rendering takes, or rendering big projects, or hey, stuff that I'm going to be rendering in 4K. Like, why wouldn't I take advantage of you know, doing all the 4K stuff, doing all the getting equipment, you know, upgrading equipment, getting a 4K, you know, even though 4K, like, you know, cameras are, you know, it's not like you need a 4K camera, but you get what I'm saying. Once you start, you know, having that space to kind of upgrade your, you know, your equipment, and it's going to be just a lot more, it's going to be a lot more efficient, and it's going to get a lot more things out there for you guys. And yeah, so I'm going to try to do Silent Hill. I'm going to try to do Silent Hill 2. Finish that, and continue to work on my Code Veronica deep dive for you guys on this channel. And I hope you guys have been liking the more podcast episodes that have been coming out, a little bit more consistent, and just, you know, get used to that, because that's what I'm trying to do. As you guys know, I've been just having people on as well, some returning guests, but you know, I'm going to try to have some people on from Row to also promote this film, but also just to have a good chat and discussion, to give a good episode for you guys. So yes, just stay tuned for that. I don't have anything booked as of yet, so I don't want to put any kind of false hope out there, but hopefully we can do some episodes on that stuff. And you name your new PC Code Veronica. Yeah, just joining. How's it going? What's up, Jeff M? I'll name it the Code Veronica remake. That's what I'll name it. Yeah, I'm doing really good, Jeff M. Yeah, Monster Mania was awesome. Yeah, it was a great time. I worked with Harry Hamlin. He was a really nice guy, and you know, there wasn't any like crazy stories. There was just like some funny ones in terms of like Randy Quaid just like upping his prices and like being a dick, in terms of like charging people out the ass. But other than that, it was a smooth show. And it really went over very well in terms of like attendance, and, you know, people were having a really good time meeting all like the Lost Boys and shit like that. So yeah, I had a good time. The next one is actually a week before I should start filming this Resident Evil fan project, The Keeper's Diary. So it'll be like Hunt Valley will be the week before. So October is going to be another busy month, because not only do I like to do haunted attractions and stuff like that, but I also, you know, this project will take a week of that time. And then also Hunt Valley, Monster Mania, will be in the middle of October. So yeah, lots of stuff planned for the fall, but I want to also plan content ahead in the fall as well. Because I just want to be able to, you know, map out, you know, just stuff I want to release, stuff I want to put out on both this and the film channel. I am working on a really cool video that, you know, I want you guys to see sooner than later. But, you know, I know I don't want to say even what it is, because like I've been making this promise on the channel. I don't like to say anything about anything until it's like in motion or it's happening, or it just comes out as a surprise and be like, boom, we're doing this. Kind of like Code Veronica. I was like, all right, how do I switch up Summer of RE? Let me bring back something I haven't done. And Code Veronica is something I haven't really done in a few years, where I've just beaten it, and I've done like a review on it. So I think it's something I really want to review. It's something that, I haven't really talked about specifically on an episode of a podcast or a video. But Diamond Rattler, what's going on, man? And fall is the best time of year. Yeah, it's my favorite season. That's why I like the East Coast, because I like seasons. I like seeing those changes. But yeah, I am really stoked for the rest of the year. And of course, I want my PC to be built, at least by September, because that's it's winding down. And like Perry said, I don't want to get too comfortable with what I have. I want to be able to just get stuff and trickle some stuff in, trickle some items in. So I have to just get the rest of this stuff kind of funded this month, if we can hit that and smash that. But of course, I wouldn't, see anything until, next month, technically, because that's how YouTube works with the pay. But I guess it depends as well. If you want to donate through Streamlabs, I get that money immediately. So that's also helps me out a lot too. So there's a couple ways to go about it. But again, this will all be something to work towards this month as we, approach the end of summer. And even though there's not, I say this, all the time when it's not really busy with RE stuff, even though it's not busy, doesn't mean there's not content to be made, video ideas to be, brewing, some ideas or topics I want to talk about and just throw out there. So yeah, there's that. And yeah, and then bringing it all the way back to, just continuously kind of anticipating the next RE event or Capcom event. It's all good. I think we'll get one when we get one, or if there's a Sony event and Capcom decides to show something at one of those events. But we'll see. If there is something like that in the fall time. Again, fall time is a lot of times where announcements sometimes get made for the next year, and as far as releases. But we'll see what happens as far as whoever donates to the PC will get producer credit. Yeah, I mean, honestly, yeah, I mean, and John Lemley has donated a big chunk of that as well. So shout out to him and everyone else, of course, that have donated this month and last month, because it's all going towards the PC. So yeah, I mean, you guys will definitely be thanked and credited for everybody who's donated for this thing. And you already are if you're in the credits of the video, but even more so if we get this thing built up. We'll get the executive producers on there, and people like Jackie Boy, people like John Lemley, all the top donators as well. I don't have all the analytics in front of me now, but again, everyone that's been in my corner, whether even if you don't donate, but you just watch and that just helps. But even if you have donated for this on Patreon, on members, on just PayPal, super chats, it's really helping right now. It's keeping everything going. It's keeping the channel going. It's keeping me going. So we just have to keep this. We have to keep it up. I have to keep growing. Like I said, even though it's hard on YouTube sometimes to keep that algorithm in your favor, especially with a lot of other Resident Evil and survival horror channels and videos out there. But we're going to push through so I can get a lot of cool projects done, pushing this forward. And, I don't want to stop doing that. So Thunders, thank you for the other 5 Canadian, man. And thanks for being a member. Really appreciate that. Jeff M says, looking forward to Keeper's Diary. Signed up to support it last week. Thank you, man. Thank you so much. Yes, it's going to be a great project if we can get it. And thank you for backing it. Thank you for being a part of it. RWK says, PC money. Can I get a pair of used underwear, Perry? Damn. RWK is calling Perry out. He's like, I want the underwear now. Jesus. Yeah, no, thank you guys. Thank you, Thunders and RWK. But any questions in the chat? I'll go on for another 15 minutes here. Probably go until 7 or a little bit after, depending on what you guys are asking in here. Thank you so much. Appreciate those donations. And yeah, guys, I don't work for GameStop or IGN. Says, yeah, exactly, right? That's what they do. Those bastards. Yeah, I'm gonna be really just ecstatic for this thing. If we get the Keeper's Diary funded as well with the PC, like this fall time is going to be a very creative and productive time in my life and everyone else's lives. You know, just like everyone's going to be doing a lot of projects. Everyone's going to be, you know, working on a lot of stuff. So yeah, I mean, you know, we can make this happen. And if everything lines up right and I'm able to drive over to Michigan, make that 13-hour drive, be a camera assistant on this film, I'm gonna try to make everybody proud, you know, and I really want to do that. And yeah, I want you guys to be able to see this happen, to see everything, to really throw our hat in the ring here, you know, really have everything. Paris Lily is handsome Squidward in human form. I think you showed me that before. What? Who has breast implants? What? What's happening? Yeah, I'm ready to do this project justice, and yeah, I'm excited to just finish Silent Hill 2 as well. I've been really enjoying that, you know, even though it's, you know, it's confusing as hell. I'm not good at it. I'm getting lost, but Liquor Sandwich, what's up, man? Just taking questions from the chat. You know, I'll be on here a little bit longer. I just kind of want to let people know I'm still alive and kicking, and there's content coming out, and I will be live streaming for the next 4 days. So yeah, stay tuned for that. And Silent Hill 2 will be picked back up tomorrow. I'm going to make the event tonight. And yeah, Liquor Sandwich is still a member, so shout out to Liquor Sandwich for being a member. And I think it's going to be RE5 remake, then RE9. Yeah. Yeah, that's what I think. But we'll see. We'll see what happens, you know. I think RE9 could also, well, I think RE9 will come out and then probably RE5. I don't think it'll be RE5 remake then RE9. I think they'll be making, RE9 is already, you know, I'm sure being made, and so they're going to put that out first, and then RE5 remake will be kind of just waiting in the wings, getting worked on. So that, yeah, sorry about that. I read that backwards. I read it in the order that you intended, but I'm going to say it in the order I think. But Liquor Sandwich says, no, Code Veronica X and Rev 3 is coming next. Source, trust me. Yeah, yeah. The source, trust me. Yeah, that's how it is, you know. And as we always say every week on Game Complainers, man, it's like some of these people online, they just believe everything. Yeah, David Jaffe's making Resident Evil 10. He skipped 9. He went right to 10 because he had to pull the Jaffe maneuver. Yeah, I don't know. So I'm saying, man, people, you know, to our jokes that we make, haha, all the time. Yeah, no, it's ridiculous, some of the shit that people say. Or, it's not even that. It's like, well, it is that. But it's the obvious shit that it's like, if, like, I made a leak video and I put this clickbaity thumbnail and I said, Resident Evil 9 is coming out. And so it's like people are going to click that and they're going to be like, oh, shit, Resident Evil 9 is coming out. But then when you click it, it's like, it's just an obvious thing that we already know. You know what I mean? So it's just like there's a lot of that going on. And a lot of that is just like, again, these are, you know, leak channels that are 6 months old, 8 months old, and they're jumping from one leak to the other. These are people that, you know, gain subscribers faster than me. But I don't want to do that. You know, that's too easy. You know, I got to do it the hard way. I got to be genuine. I got to make videos with love and compassion, and you know, and from the heart. But you know, YouTube doesn't like that. The YouTube likes the quick, you know, fast food, boom, boom, boom. And you know, to mislead people, I would not want to do that. I wouldn't want to mislead my audience and, you know, shit like that. If there's like leaks that have, or something that I hear from a couple people or people that I, you know, have contacted with in the past that have gotten, you know, certain bits of information that I know is coming from a spot. But even then, I don't know. Like, at the end of the day, I think every thumbnail on YouTube at the end of the day is not so much clickbait, but it has to look presentable. It has to look like something you want to watch. So your thumbnails have to look pretty, but at the same time, you don't necessarily want it to, just be like clickbait with the shitty, like, you know, it makes it look like it's gameplay from the game and shit like that. It's like all stupid. That it's dumb. Now, as far as thumbnails looking pretty and thumbnails, like, sure. I mean, your thumbnail has to look appealing. Your thumbnail has to draw people in. It doesn't necessarily have to be clickbait. As long as it has something to do with your video, and it could be funny, it could be, you know, hilarious, it could be not funny, but as long as the thumbnail is bringing you in, because it needs to. Your thumbnails have to be something, or your videos won't do anything. But it doesn't have to necessarily be clickbait, or the title of it as well doesn't necessarily have to be clickbait. Fatty, what's up? McRottentooth says RE5 will be okay if they change, if you have to do bring along an AI character. Well, I think if they did something like that, Fatty, they're gonna do it like Ashley, or like Ashley in RE4, where it's like not really a health bar. You don't really have to manage, or she won't get knocked down. I don't think Sheva would get knocked down as much as Ashley, but I think it would be like Helena in RE6. That's a better example, where she's like self-sufficient. You don't really have to revive her, and she just has her own ammo and guns, and that's it. Perry wants Sheva naked in RE5. Well, don't worry, Perry. The modders have your back, because they already did that with RE4, and as we've seen, it's not pretty. Prefer VR to VR RE5 co-op. Super cool. Well, I mean, VR, I think, for RE4 is going to be a, you know, that's going to be something that will be, it's going to be a good port, but that VR is way too fucking expensive. Oh no, Perry. They'll only put that in the gold edition. If she knocks down, you think she'll get back up again? Man. Good one. No, I don't think Sheva... I think if they did the AI character, in all seriousness, if they did it in that way, it probably would just be like, you don't have... Now, if she has a dying meter, like before, then at that point, you'd probably have to manage all that stuff. Yeah, she just takes all the ammo and health and uses it for whatever. Yeah, exactly. That's why playing RE5 co-op is essential. Like, that will make or break your opinion on that game. Like, I can't imagine someone playing RE5 and never playing the co-op, because that just made that game so much more fun. So many hours were sunk into that thing. So, I don't know. I like RE5 still, and I don't mind, you know, seeing it be remade. And, you know, like I said, everyone will get what they want eventually. You know how Capcom does this. They always got stuff working on one while they do the other, and vice versa, and have different teams involved. So hopefully it's in good hands. You know, RE4 Remake recently reached 5 million. RE2 Remake was close to being the highest sold RE game, but we actually looked it up on Game Complainers. So shout out to Perry and Frank for that too. RE5 is still the highest selling. I know that article came out and someone said RE2 Remake, but RE5 actually still holds the title for the highest selling Resident Evil game to date. But yeah, I don't know why that article kind of got out there, and that got, you know, I don't even think it was officially reported by Capcom, but if they did, then they might have, I don't know if they misreported it or whatever, but man, yeah, they were kind of off on those sale numbers, because yeah, it's RE2. Now RE2 Remake will probably pass it eventually, but you know, it's still, I think RE5 is still on top in terms of the sales. But, you know, I'm happy to see RE2 Remake, you know, starting this, you know, remake trend in a good way. and we're getting some solid remake titles and stuff like that. Yeah, man. Yeah, Jeff. I mean, RE5 was like we were saying. Everyone we were saying this last night. Perry said it too. Yeah, Code Veronica was the lowest. It was only like 2.4 million. But like Perry said, everyone complains about RE5, but everyone bought it. Where back then, us being RE fans, we bought it and just enjoyed it. Obviously, it's not a perfect game by any means, but I mean, it's pretty fucking close in my opinion. Like I really like RE5. I like the mechanics. I like the co-op. I like the story. The story is the only thing I have problems with. And obviously, yes, Sheva's AI when you're playing by yourself is trash. Yes, Zero also sold more than Code Veronica. Yes, it did. You're right. I just wish Code Veronica got on PC, man. Like, that is just such a bummer. George, hopefully we do get some kind of collection, or maybe for the 30th anniversary. Me and Perry always talk about even the remake. The remake might even happen by then. But I think with the Metal Gear Solid collection or the Master collection coming out in October, I wouldn't be surprised if that does well and you see a lot more companies putting out collections, There's no reason why someone should just come home from a hard day of work or just busy bullshit and just turn on the consoles and be able to play, 3 games that are cemented into this franchise. Yeah, Josh, they could really improve RE5's horror, make it darker, it could definitely happen. Liquor Sandwich says RE2 is on its way to be the best selling. It sold 12.6 in 4 years compared to RE5's 13 million across 5 platforms since 2009, as far as I know. Yeah, it's getting there. It is getting there. Yeah, RWK, you're right. RE5 did come out at a good time. It was at the height of Xbox Live. It was at the height of the 360. And it was just a great time. I have a lot of great memories playing with everyone. And yeah, RE2 Remake's also across 5 platforms. Yeah, I mean, again, RE2 Remake is it's selling, as these games come out and as people experience them. So they're all being sold on multiple platforms and exposed to everybody. And that's the cool thing about it is people go and they find these remakes and they go back and they, want to get the other games. So with a franchise that's 27 years old and that's continuously growing and going on and getting new fans across all platforms, it's cool. And I skipped school to play RE5. So did I. I stayed home for the midnight, and I stayed up most of the night, played it, beat it the next day. And, yeah, I was never really responsible with that stuff. I just stayed home and played games. I want to shout out Kamame, Thunders Productions for the 2 donations, and RWK for the donations this stream. Thank you, guys, for donating. And like I said, it's all going towards the PC as well. Hell yeah, Lucius. Loads of great members of the RE5. I agree. So many good memories. And it's still fun to this day. So, yeah, I want to thank you guys for donating. Thank you to all the members in the house. And RE5 was not on the Wii. No, it was not. That could not handle RE5. But yeah, so thank you guys. Obviously, smash the like button if you haven't yet. Honestly, Matthew Webster, I know they did have Ada in the concept art for RE8 and they kind of like scrapped her. I don't know. I would bring her in RE9 if they had the OG characters back and don't make it feel forced. You know what I mean? I worked at the midnight launch for RE5 at GameStop, then played it with my buddy as soon as I got out of work. Awesome time. Oh, that's a great memory, man. Yeah, Lucius, I'll be back tomorrow with some Silent Hill 2. I haven't forgotten about Silent Hill. I'm going to be streaming for the next 4 days. So I'm going to be trying to pack out the rest of the couple days I'm here with streams. And yes, thank you guys for watching. There's going to be some more RE streams as well. George, what's going on, man? I'm just about to get out of here. But I want to, before I get out of here, I just want to wrap it up by saying thank you guys for all the support. Always check out the latest episode of the Let's Talk Resident Evil podcast. I put that out yesterday. And you guys are awesome. And obviously, A Keeper's Diary, a Biohazard story. The funding is going on now. And, we're almost there, guys. We're 30% there. So we're not halfway, but we're getting there. And thank you guys for, just hanging out with me, shooting the shit. Perry's excited. But yeah, so you guys have a good one. I will obviously see everything. I'll see everyone and everything tomorrow as well. And yeah, we're gonna continue with some Silent Hill 2. Check out the Indiegogo page. Check out LTRE on all the socials: Instagram, Facebook, X, Twitter. Fuck off, whatever you want to call that platform now. Teespring down below with the merch, Patreon, YouTube memberships, Carvel ice cream, Yonkers, Port Chester, White Plains. The list goes on. Perry's excited. And sorry, George, I was just wrapping up when you came in here. But yes, I'll be back with more content later tomorrow and the rest of the next 4 days, really. There'll be live streams. So stay tuned for that. And I'll see you guys